What's going on, everybody? Chipball ain't scared to use some old VHS tapes as a tripod. What? Welcome to a Chop and Brew Lanyap. I just wanted to tell you really quick before I wrap my day up here about a really cool homebrew competition I got to take part in today. It's a homebrew competition at the Summer Beer Dabbler in St. Paul, Minnesota. The Beer Dabbler is a series of beer festivals that happen around the year here, and one of the components of the Summer Beer Dabbler is a homebrew competition put on by my homegirl Gera. I'm going to start showing you some pictures that I took while I was there today. We're doing this very SD lo-fi, as you can see. So the way this worked, unlike most homebrew competitions where there's the 32 categories are represented and there's a handful, half dozen or dozen judges for each category, and they go through a flight and they pick their top three. They move along to best of show, etc., etc. What Gera decided to do to kind of make this a very streamlined process and quick and easy, first thing she did was she cut the entries at 50. Just, that was the cap. Then the cool thing is it was pretty much first come, first serve, or first come, first judge. So as the doors to the beer fest opened, festival goers that entered the homebrew competition dropped off their entries. She got them labeled. She got them chilled, and then they went to the judges in pretty much random order. Pretty much basically which ones were chilled and at perfect serving temperature first. So, this couple of tables worth of really cool judges were doing, they might do a Saison, and then they might do a stout, and then they might do a specialty beer. There was a lot of specialty beers. There was a chocolate porter. There was a cucumber blonde, which actually took second runner-up, which was awesome. So you never know kind of what you're going to get for your next beer. Whereas at a lot of competitions, you might have like 18 of the same style. And it can get fatiguing, and it can get difficult to kind of ascertain those tasting notes. So I thought this was a really cool thing. I didn't judge this time. I actually just was a steward, which after 4 years of judging, it was really nice to finally step back and just kind of be Gera's left-hand man. As you can see, I was helping her label things and get beers to the guys, and then I was also her beer grunt, so I was constantly running around the festival getting me and her samples. So I was double fisting or double hand, whatever you want to call it. I was doubling up for sure. You may think it's kind of weird to judge outside of a category instead of focusing on all the category, but the cool thing was pretty much if the entry got a score of 35 or higher, it went directly to best of show. So your best of show in this case was all the beers that were 35 or higher. Just like in a normal competition, there was a variety, but you could have ended up with like 2 American Pales or 2 smoked specialties. And then of course, just like any best of show, there was a best of show and then a first runner-up and a second runner-up. In this case, there was an American Pale, one best of show, and then there was a smoked cherrywood amber got first runner-up, and the cucumber blonde got second runner-up. So very eclectic winner's circle. And the winner knew about Chop and Brew, so that was pretty cool too. It was a very interesting thing. It was cool to be a part of. It was a beautiful setting. I mean, we're right there. They had us under this nice kind of shaded tree area. We're right on the Mississippi River, looking over onto some river boats and the festival grounds right behind the music stage, and it was just a really solid day. So I advise, if you are a Twin City or a Minnesotan, consider entering the Beer Dabbler next year. And then if you are a festival organizer in general, considering adding a homebrew component to your local beer festival. And then if you're a club that just kind of wants to get your feet wet a little bit before organizing an actual BJCP AHA sanctioned competition, do something like this. Just kind of cap the entries, make it easy, get your labels printed ahead of time, get the infrastructure in place, and just have a real good time with it. So until your homebrew competition at a beer festival, chop for chop, brew for brew. Shout outs.